What's up, angels? Today we are going to get brutal. Excuse me, young sir. Today we're going to get brutal with YouTube's most brutal YouTuber, Jimmy from the Block. We're going to do this one Ken style. We're in Jimmy's death metal crypt today. So if you ain't ready to get brutalized and defiled, click off. Go watch someone who doesn't talk about the most brutal bands on YouTube, like JDawg or JDawg. So if you're not ready to be brutal today, go click off. First band, South Jersey band called Compulsed. Now, great lineup. Has Mike from X Waking the Cadaver. It has Ken from Embludgement. So South Jersey legends. Compulse. Iron Fortress is going to be putting this one out. Listen to the single Amalgamated Anguish. Great track. I was into it. Totally brutal. The vocals, very unique. Very different stuff. It's not going to be like your Corpse Grinder one thing, one trick pony. You're going to have a lot of different styles there. Next band called Headstabber. They released a single called I Dragged Her to the Church. What they did with her there, no one knows. But you can figure it out. So this one, kind of like Mortal Decay-esque type of band from the single. There is some implements of frog vocals. You kind of live like a Kelly from Mortal Decay or like Chris Barnes from 6 Feet Under type of vocal pattern for that. The next band is a band called Retaliation. Now, they just released a demo. It's called Demo. I'm nitpicky. I don't really like when bands released demos like Demo 1, Demo 2. You know, it's not 1989. You know, it's not 1995. You know, just call it something else. You know, it doesn't look nice on my CD rack when it's just demo. Like, I like when stuff's titled, you know what I mean? But this logo looked exactly like Dehumanized. Like, look at that A. I don't know how they're trying to get away with that. They're not even trying. But I thought this was going to be like another like brutal hardcore band. Dude, this thing is like gore grinding, raw, brutal death metal, like death grind, like it was insane. And there is also a Retaliation band that is a grindcore band. For the confused ones, this is not that, even though both bands grind. It is a completely different Retaliation, but definitely keep your eyes peeled for this band coming up. I think it said Washington, if I'm not mistaken. Great band. Now, over in Texas, we got a band called Necrotic. This is Lust-Driven Sodomy. Now, on first glance, this looks exactly like another Texas death metal band called Devourment. I don't know if you ever heard of them. Devourment's okay. You know me, I like Retaliation. Devourment's just Texas Retaliation for people who hate women. But I was listening to this. Not so much like Devourment as it would be just like normal brutal death metal with some good slams. I did enjoy it. It was definitely a good listen. Very much guitar solo-y, so if you're into, you know, guitar solos like my own band Impure Conception, you will like that. Speaking about Impure Conception, we have new music in the works. We have 8 new tracks. It will be coming out relatively soon, hopefully. Just needs to get some drums and then vocals. And there's going to be 2 guest vocalists from 2 90s brutal death metal bands. If you want to try to guess who those 2 are in the comments. Both 2 of my favorite bands. Probably going to be self-released. I talked to a few labels. Weren't really interested in what they had to offer with everyone in the band, so we're probably just going to go solo. Also, thank you guys for all the subscribers recently. We are at like 8,600 on YouTube. My Facebook page almost has 33,000. So I do appreciate all the support. You know, I did take a year or 2 off from like 2021 to like 2022, 2023. You know, those years were kind of silent for me. For people who have been around since like 2019, 2020, props to you. You guys are true freaking brutal heads. You have my utmost respect. Next band's a band, I'm gonna butcher this. It's like Kaka. It kind of sounds Greek. but it's definitely not. I think they're from like Switzerland or something. It might be. The album's called Metagonism. I don't even know. It's kind of trippy, but this is kind of like your putridity, defeated sanity. Like it's pretty like not techie, but it has like really cool time signatures. Like very mathematical. Like it's almost too smart for me. Too much, Broken Hope and Mortician in 2019 has deflated my brain. But yeah, artwork's really cool. You got like this nice green artwork. Really, really nice stuff. New standard elite band called Mizuku with Erosive Peristaltic Atrocity. These names are getting quite crazy. This was like total disgorge putrid. Like this is just brutal. You have this nice yellow, black and white bumblebee looking artwork, but the actual music is just intense. It is blistering fast. It is just insanely heavy. It's just amazing. You gotta listen to this band. And I think the thing dropped like 3 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I saw on New Standard Elite's page. New Standard Elite has been putting out some good stuff recently. I know there's a sort of a civil war in BDM and brutal hardcore with NSE and Days, like I mentioned last week. But as like a neutral in the war, I will say that this is one of the bands. If I was to recommend one of the bands, like besides the bands that I've talked about, like Flesh, Mangled, and Anatomize, and Anatomize is kind of like the most hardcore band on that. I would recommend Mizuku. I thought it was incredible. Give it a listen. Very much like ew, 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 like Putridity and Disgorge. I think I skipped over this one. Band called Murder of Life with Emptiness of Oblivion. Now, this band also looks exactly like Dehumanized on this one demo. I think it's Russian, but it was some pretty good brutal death metal. Vocals can be a little like, not like hardcore, but like a little like deathcore-y at times. I dug it. I thought it was really good. So give that one a listen. I don't think I named this one. I have a little. I don't think I named. I think I skipped over this one, but this is Necro Cranium with Reduced and Shapeless. This one was really, really heavy. I actually really enjoyed this one. This had like it was like a little bit slowish and like it took its time to really capitalize on the brutality. I'm making up words because it's so freaking heavy. My brain's like. This one was like the vocals really stood out to me. Very, very unique vocals. I mean, when you listen to these vocals, you'll just be amazed. I thought it was really, really good. That was like the main takeaway. The guitars were like it took its time. Artwork was really cool. Very cool band. I'm gonna keep an eye on this band. Now the last band here is called Arterial Vivisection. Friend Eli on Instagram, I'm pretty sure that's his name. I don't, sorry if it's not. I think I saw someone say Eli. It might have been like Elijah, if I'm saying your name right. But anyways, he pointed out this band to me. It's a new up and coming Texas death metal band. Again, I thought it was gonna be like a hardcore brutal death metal band. I listened to like a snippet that was on their Instagram. Really cool stuff. They don't have any official stuff out yet, but they have like a demo like song on their Instagram, and it was blistering fast, very brutal. Texas death metal, I feel, is in a good spot right now. You do have the classics of Texas death metal, like Rene Martinez's bands, like Horrific Vision, stuff like that. More like the hardcore side, you had Voracious Content just come out with something, and they're doing like a bunch of other like hardcore projects, but we're talking brutal death metal. So they do have that. Texas, I'm over here on the East Coast, but I do like some of the Texas death metal that has sort of been coming out. Like I said, I do like Devourment, but I kind of much prefer stuff like Internal Bleeding, Retaliation, Pyrexia, stuff like that of that nature. Favorite Texas death metal band? Century. That was it. Century. It was like 98 Century. That I always thought was like perfect Texas brutal death metal, but that was of course like 27 years ago. So, But yeah, I just thought, we go Ken's death metal crypt style, just sort of talk about some brutal death metal bands that are releasing early. I know I like to talk a lot about like 90s brutal death metal and like early 2000s brutal death metal, so I figured it'd be cool to kind of showcase newer bands out in the scene, and it's not really for me, like these type of videos don't really are my most popular, but it really helps these bands. I feel like if, uh, I like to give back because I know what it was like to have like no clout, and I'd beg and be like, "Oh, I wish like this guy would with some numbers would just show me to the right people." And I don't like to show like crap. I like to show off bands I actually care about and I think are cool. So if you made it on this list, I think you're good enough to post. But tell me what other kind of videos you would like to see, what bands I should check out. Leave in the comments any ideas. Please do consider subscribe. My goal right now is 10K on YouTube. I'm trying to get to 35,000 on Facebook. So numbers have been good. Appreciate it. I have been posting a lot more consistently lately. I try to do like at least twice a week. Sometimes I do 3 or 4 a week, depending on how busy I am with work. But I do appreciate all the support. Hope you found at least, a few. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bands, 10 including my own. So there you go, 10 new brutal death metal bands to choose from, to listen to check out that are not crap. Appreciate it. Thanks again, and until next time. Hello? Yo, we're getting hacked by Siri.